Welcome to the second episode of Winds of Change, and the topic is education. So, first question to you, Dr. Das, is that suddenly, overnight, the school education system changed, and you had to shift from the offline space to completely online space. How did you cope up with this change? Your
Uh, well,
challenges.
good af- yes. Well, good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, nice to have these questions because, frankly speaking, first time I am responding to such a question. First of all, when around 20th March we came to know that we have to lock down, so I thought it will be only for a week or 15 days or something. But slowly, when I started reading the newspaper, getting news, and discussing with different people, I understood that this is a difficult task, but maybe for 1 month or 2 months. But then my new session begins in April, so I was wondering that what should be done and how my students will be without education and all. So students not coming to school, teachers not coming to school, so all of a sudden, I came to know that other schools have started online teaching. So this was a complete new thing for me and my school.
Mhm.
And I was discussing in my, we have a school group. So I was discussing, and as I already told that people are not actually ready to work. So that was one big challenge for me, so that I could make them work. But anyhow, somehow,
That is the mindset. Mindset was
yeah,
not there.
mindset was not ready.
Hmm.
Yeah, mindset was not ready. So then I started my discussion with few of the staff members, and then ultimately from 13th of April to 9th of April we gave our online teaching for class 1 to 5th.
Okay.
We restricted the screen timing with
Mhm.
1 hour 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Then for 6 to 10, classes 6 to 10, I
Mhm.
had a timing for 10 to 12:30. So where 2 hours 30 minutes classes were given, and only mainly scholastic subjects.
Okay.
But later on, yeah, it was a difficult task. We were thinking Zoom, we were thinking of different things. Then the biggest challenge was network, because if my network is okay, but what about the parents' network?
Mhm.
What about the gadgets? Okay, I understand the students who are studying in YPS, they are all from well-to-do families and they are having more than one gadgets in their home.
Mhm.
But now the main challenge was about the teachers, because my teachers are not that techno savvy. They are limited.
Yeah.
So it was a huge task for me to how to motivate them, because they were shying away with this. First of all, they were shying away with this online. But then after repeated meetings, repeated discussions, my post on WhatsApp, they started taking up the challenge. And let me tell you, ma'am, it was a wonderful job. Within 10 days they created, and they were so charged up that they were going beyond the time. And then there was a time then I had to talk to them. Rather, I was keeping a watch every moment what they were teaching, how many students are there, whether the students are making fun of the teachers or not, or purposely disturbing or not. So I gave them a clear cut instruction: these things should not be there. You should not, there are 150 students, because we clubbed all
Clubbed
the
all
three
the
sections,
classes. Yeah. Yeah.
three classes, let us say class 7, so 7th A, B, C, because same teacher is teaching.
Yeah.
So now what happens if 150 students start saying yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, so the main question gets lost. So I found that this was another hurdle for the teacher and the student who wanted to know what was the question. Okay, so the question was getting lost in the ocean. So I said, you just take up first 5 answers and then you discuss, and last 15 minutes you give them for any kind of questions they want. Yeah, so they did that, and every day in the evening also I took my WhatsApp interview, I mean WhatsApp calls and WhatsApp meeting through text and voice and even video. And one more thing I want to add, that in the second day or third day I started telling them that just make, because of network, I said you make 10 seconds, 15 seconds video and audio, so that it is easily uploaded. So which we found it was very useful.
Very useful.
And later on I said we don't need to show the teacher's face. So if you want, in the beginning you can give a 2 second, 3 second video. Yes, I am Dr. Das. Hello students. that much is enough. So we got very good response with that, and then later on things were settling down like never before. Yes.
So here, one thing was clear, that this technological challenge all the teachers had to face. You had to motivate them, and they took up the
Yes.
challenge and they could deliver very well. One very important aspect comes out from the different interviews that I'm doing, that India being such a big country, every pocket has its own unique challenges. And everywhere, I think so, the principals and the teachers have risen up to that challenge to create their own unique solutions to this.
Right.
Like you said, that small videos. And one thing we should not forget, that facing camera is not that easy a job, and teachers have not been taught anywhere or groomed anywhere to face the camera, so that is a very big challenge and an issue. So you have solved it very well. Now my second question to you is, the teachers have done a very good job. What were the skills that the teachers needed when they were changing from one phase to another? First of all, mindset, which you played a very important role
Yes.
in changing the mindset. What else were the skills that they needed at this time,
Yeah.
so that they could come up
Yeah.
victorious on the other side?
Exactly. My point of monitoring them, and I was literally 100% monitoring them, but not all the 150 responses, but I was more inclined to see what my teacher was delivering. Now, the biggest challenge that time I faced, like as you said, the camera. So that was not much, we could manage that. But then the biggest challenge was, different pocket schools, different teachers, their accent, their communication skill was a big thing, because there were certain things which they were mispronouncing. Now, my videos, my audios were audible to all the parent and to the public in general. So now the parents were like into the classroom, and the drawbacks, they started coming to know that these are the drawbacks. I'm not afraid of that, but then I had to tell my teachers, see, now this thing is not going to work. You need to practice. You need to give some practice before the mirror or the video, make a audio, dummy audio or something, and then you give it to the students. So first thing was the communication, the mistakes which they were, so like silly mistakes, grammatical mistakes,
Grammatical mistakes.
it plays a major role. So I said, now I cannot accept your grammatical mistake, because the parents and other public in general are going to laugh at you,
Watching you.
they're watching you, and they will have a low profile about you and the school.
So
I
that
said
there
then
is an element of being judged.
Judge, yes.
Yeah, one doctor from Bangalore had pointed out that even if it is your own relative or your friend, a doctor never allows them to come inside the OT, because
Right.
that being judged. Now the teachers were forced to go inside the drawing room of the people, and that they forget that the teachers are also doing it for the first time, so they are nervous. They are not that into this mode of teaching, so the judgment comes very easily.
and not only that, it was also that they are not tech savvy. That
They
is
were not
another
tech
thing. And when something does not work, so they become like
They become
restless
more
and
nervous.
not
They
only
don't
restless,
know what to do.
and demotivated also.
Demotivated.
अरे ये तो नहीं चल रहा है, ये नहीं चल रहा है. And as in India, the bandwidth is a big problem.
Big
When we are
problem. This is the big
changing, when we are saying everything has to change, okay, but then where is the bandwidth? So this is another hurdle.
Genuine problem that we all have faced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here comes my third question. So today the students who are coming out from school, tell me 3 skill sets that they need to learn to be successful in life. So why I'm asking 3 skill sets is, we don't know where the children will be going. So whichever field they go, some 3 skill sets which they can use anywhere that they go, and it will be for life, which they need to learn now.
Right. The 3 skills, I think, in this changing time. One is, any school should focus on the communication skills of the student, which is a very important aspect. They need to they need to present themselves not only physically but even verbally what they want to talk. That should be a convincing communication skill. Convincing communication skill, first thing. Second thing which I want, that these students or the new generation students, they should have a craveful education or craveful learning. Learning means, again, like today we are learning new things. Like I haven't been doing this, never. So this is a crave for learning. So that child should have this crave for learning. And another very important thing to grow in the life, because ultimately we talk about growth, we talk about success, we talk about happiness. So there are two things. One is his own attitude is very important, and another important thing which we are forgetting is the value system, which is a very much value system and his attitude. Because see, I know I value my father, but what is my attitude? I know I have to respect my teachers, but what is my
attitude?
What is my attitude? So both has to go together. You cannot keep it separate.
Very important point. Very important point. Your value system along with your attitude. You can't say I value and then your attitude is very bad towards it. That cannot be. That cannot be.
And with this, if you allow me to add, one is, not responsibility but accountability for your acts. This should also be there.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
we need to teach the students with accountability. What is your accountability?
Your accountability.
I'll just also tell you today what has happened. Earlier, the teaching learning was centered in the school and the focus was the teacher. Today, the learning has gone back to home and the focus is the student. Because I am making the best of the best online presentation. Okay, but the student is not sincere. So now the total focal point is the student. He has to come up with the learning attitudes. He has to know that he has to learn. Teachers are giving. It is like a radio. Radio stations are always on. It is up to me that whether I have to put it on or switch it off, and which channel to take.
Which frequency? Which frequency has to be vibrating to? That the child needs to understand that.
To know, and it is his responsibility. It is his responsibility. Now, total responsibility has shifted. That teaching and learning has been shifted to the student. If he doesn't want to learn, I'll just give you another example. Few days, one class 10 student's father, he came. नहीं उसको कुछ भी नहीं समझ रहा है. So I gave him a little example. Today I wear a mask and talk to you. Why are you doing this earlier? We have to do this thing. So that is what I was telling, that you have to adapt to new things. And ये नहीं हो रहा है, you cannot do, because first time तो नहीं होगा, second time थोड़ा सा होगा, third time और थोड़ा सा होगा. So you have to do. Okay. Like today you are interviewing me. Today little hassle was there. Technological
changes.
But I think like you were telling, sir, आप वहाँ click कीजिए. That means you know now. Now third time when you go, you will be expert in that, and I will also be a little bit more
knowledgeable. So every day we learn a little, and we become the better versions of ourselves.
So I think convincing communication skill is very much needed. Crave for knowledge is very important. Then your values and your attitude.
Yeah, this is a great thing that you have.
And if you want to add up, you can add up that accountability.
Accountability, very important.
For your own acts. Accountability for your acts.
Your own act. Today, the smartphone is in your hand, the net connection is in your hand. You have to be accountable for what you're doing. Okay, the school has a class for 2 hours maybe, but rest of the time what you are doing on it is
exactly
your choice. And you have to be responsible for your choice. You have to stand up and say, yes, this is my choice and I accept the responsibility and I'm accountable.
Correct. And then only most of the problems will be solved. You know why most of the students fail and they do these things. This is the problem. And even the society, that is again a larger part of discussion.
Larger part.
But then
it's of course there. So one very important topic that is going on right now is the 10th and 12th board exams were cancelled due to this pandemic. Now, some of them are worried that the children have lost out a lot. Do you feel that they have lost out a lot? Or was the larger picture to be taken into account that safety of the child is first and they have already learned what is to be learned? So it's not a big loss. So, what is your opinion
No.
on that?
My opinion in this, like if I talk now, Rajasthan's state, they have started giving the exam, I suppose, if I am not wrong.
Yeah.
But CBSE and ICSE has completely said that we are not going to conduct, and they have their own ways, and I don't doubt in the way of giving marks. But the point which you said, the safety of the child was very important, first of all. So that is where this lockdown happened. Now coming to what was the solution. I think from my point of view, the solution would have been that if we had deferred the session, let us say September to August, if we could have deferred, that means this 3 months or 4 months could have taken as a zero or dark years or dark months. So we could have wiped off, and accordingly in their certificate also we could have written the same thing. Okay, so but not giving exam, there is a plus point also and minus point also. This child may have, I don't know which are the subjects he has lost, but as per my knowledge, major subjects are not.
Major subjects have already been.
So it is already been taken. That is
subjects,
minor subject like English, Hindi or something. I don't know. I have to check that. So then it is not going to make a very big impact, and let us not take that into making any kind of impact on our results. So I think whatever the students have appeared for the exam, they should give the results, and they should take that results. And of course CBSE has kept it open that if you want to give again. But some people and many people rather are making a huge noise about this. You and cry about it. The thing is, the major part of the subject which is for graduation, which is supposed to be taken, that exams are already done. So there is no question of the other ones to be taken or considered. And I think government or the board will definitely consider this, that the lesser important subjects will not be considered.
Another so they can like the first thing that we have to keep in mind is we are educating our children for a better tomorrow. First, they should have that tomorrow. In pandemic, if the child is affected and we lose the child, that is not what we desire. Okay, knowledge, if not today, tomorrow they will get it. Except that
nothing is no Himalayan mountain is going to come down if you lose 6 months. And for this the government should set up, the MHRD should set up that okay, your session now begins from September to August.
October. Like the new admissions, I don't think so any concrete steps have been taken till now, because everyone is under lockdown. Everyone is more worried about the security right now. So 3-4 months hardly matters. Even those who are appearing, I think so those parents are also worried that because if the school reopens 3 or 4 months later and they have the exams in the month of March, that is what I think so their concern is. And I think so that can be addressed. So how will you, how do you think that it can be addressed? Now, one solution you had, that is the online classes. Do you feel that the online classes will be there to stay? Whenever the school reopens and whenever things become normal again, we don't know when, but whenever that is, do you feel this online classes will become part and parcel of the school system?
I think many schools will have this part and parcel, and few of the schools in India, they are already having this online classes. And if you ask about me personally, I was already having this in agenda for my new session. Before this COVID and all, which came after 15 March, I was already having this for 2021, and I wanted to have a plan that I give off for the teacher once in a month. They stay in home and they take the class from home through online. This was my little planning, and I think it is going to stay there. and if not, at least I think it should stay. This is what I think. It should stay. It is going to help.
It's going to help.
It will help. Even you see the student who did not understand and he doesn't want to ask in the class, so he can comfortably in his home, he can sit back, go through the video, go through the audio, he can learn. If the student is absent for one day or more days, he or she can be benefited with this. Another thing is our teachers should go in hand, and if our teachers, another point today, just now in the meeting also I told them that if they have any teacher is definitely good in 1 or 2 chapters or 5 chapters, let us say. So if that teacher makes a video of that 5 chapters and similarly all the teachers make, so next year when the teacher is teaching to that same class, they can say, check on this video, and that video is already there. So it becomes useful for the students. Right. So I think it should be there, and the school should make up some kind of method that this online classes should be there, even like online storage also. They can anytime,
where they can access it anytime. So if a child is absent also, there's not a problem. The child is going out for curricular activities outside or sports activities, so they can access these lectures and they don't miss out on anything.
And I think 100% we should go with this, because the major chapters, main conceptual chapters, I think we should have a video. They can also show it in the class. They can also show it in the home. I mean, the students can see.
See it.
And even I tell you that teacher, supposing she is having a throat pain, she cannot talk. That day because most of the schools are digitalized, so they can show that video. I think that they can do. So that is again a benefit.
Do you feel the evaluation system? See, the main thing is that the teachers take classes and then there are exams and then there is correction. This process goes on. So if the evaluation system, part of it shifted online, don't you feel the teachers will be benefited? Like if you can have MCQ type of questions or some where you can take the help of online method. Now, we want it or don't want it, we have been pushed towards digitalization due to this pandemic. So can we take advantage of that and shift the evaluation system? Because see, in higher education, your NEET exam or your JEE exams, everything has become online now. It's MCQs based. So why can't we start that right from say 6th standard? 1 to 5 it's primary, I don't think that is good, but 6th standard onwards we can think where the evaluation, 50% of the evaluation can be done through computers, and the child is ready. By the time the child is in 12th, he or she is ready, knowing how to appear for these exams, and teachers are also benefited.
Yes, MCQs should be given. If I need to share you, in my school from last to last year, right from class, I think class 1, yes, with class 1, we started OMR sheets. We used to give questions and teachers used to make questions according to time, 20 minutes, and they need to class wise 20 questions or 25 or 50 and even 100 we did, and we had a tremendous response from the students, the OMR, because we have a software and scanning is done within 5 minutes, answers are given within 5 minutes, the SMS is gone that your child scored so and so. Okay. So they were so good that they started learning the bubbling and all. How to bubble and so because competitive exams are there, so my students started that. So that was one good thing which I started in my school. But what you're talking about is all assessments through OMR. I think we also need to teach the child. No,
50%.
Yes.
And
then I agree.
Mainly I am focusing on 10th and 12th because till now 10th and 12th it's totally written exam.
No, I think from class 5th onwards, the school can decide 60-40 we should have.
Yeah.
We should have. OMR is a very beneficial for teacher and for the students and students also learn different types of questions. And now this time I have given my teachers that in OMR now you need to give more than one answers correct, and child has to bubble both. So I was, but now since lockdown we cannot have the OMR, but we are trying it with the Google form.
You are trying it with the Google form. Yeah, that is all. See,
it is required. It is must.
Somewhere down, I feel that the problem-solving ability of a person is the most important skill that a person can learn, because in our life, every moment we may face some challenges, some problems, and if we can solve it, that is when we can actually be able to walk forward or pick up the challenge and emerge winner. That most of the teachers have done today. Even they were not tech savvy, they have learned it. Even they didn't want to face the camera, they have done it. They have overcome. It's only, I think so, due to their problem solving ability. Each one might be in their own way have solved his or her own problem. So that ability has helped them survive. That's an ability we need to. And yes, definitely, I think so. You all, as stakeholders in education system, you can put CBSE, put in a word to CBSE that it should be 40/60, and online that whatever is there in higher education, let them start from 10th standard. There's no harm in that. They'll learn, they will appear, and they can get the marks. So it will be easy for CBSE also, I think so, because corrections and getting the whole thing done is a big effort needed, and they can definitely do this. So it was lovely talking to you. It was lovely talking to you. So many insights, so many aspects that I have come to know. Thank you so much for coming and joining in this episode. Thank you. We will be definitely having many more such chats. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.